Here we are, just in my driveway with my car. Hello everyone, welcome to EA40, and you're gonna listen to me talk about lighting, but I promise it gets a little bit more interesting than that. Anyway, right now I'm in front of my 2004 Saab 9.5 Aero SportCombi, but the vehicle in question is in the garage right now, my 2008 Saab 9.5 Aero SportCombi, and we're gonna talk about lighting, particularly in the inside, and maybe a little bit on the outside. So I ended up getting this idea that basically when I've been working on the car, especially when I'd have like the Tech 2 plugged in and stuff, some of the lighting on the inside seem to get a little bit hot, and that just has to do with some of the bulbs that are used being incandescent. They just run a little bit hotter, but it had me feeling a little bit uncomfortable, especially because like I'd be sitting with the car door open for a while, and so that bulb just tends to be on for quite a long time, and I was like, should it really be this hot? The other thing is that I've noticed that a lot of newer cars tend to have LED bulbs used in places around the interior, and I wanted a little bit of that too. So what I did, I went on AliExpress.com and I bought a bunch of bulbs that you see on the screen right now, and we're actually going to put those in the inside parts of the car in this video. Also, we're going to go over a few bulbs that are used in some of the interior displays and buttons and show like how we're going to end up replacing those bulbs, because some of those have died, others have gotten a little bit dimmer, and I just want to get all of those replaced to kind of freshen up the interior in some ways. So first of all, pardon the mess inside the vehicle. I will say that we've been doing some work with the cars and stuff, having to use this car basically as a workhorse, and a friend of mine once called this like a Swedish pickup truck in a way with his Saab 9.5 wagon. So yeah, it's a little bit messy, but hopefully it'll get clean in the future. Anyway, I'm gonna go over some of the lights that I'm talking about. We're gonna start with this light bulb right here, because this one was a big worry of mine, because whenever I'd have like a Tech 2 or something plugged in, well, this bulb would stay on and there's no real way of shutting it off. So this bulb would end up getting pretty hot for quite a while. So I'd rather have this bulb replaced on my newer Saab. I'd eventually like to have it replaced on this one as well. There are a few other spaces where I can get the bulbs replaced. There's one right here. There's a dome lighting obviously here in the front and here in the back, and something with the trunk as well. I believe there's some lights in the glove box as well, and also we're gonna go towards the back where, yes, there's a dome light here, but also there are these BA9S lights over here. So I'd like to get those replaced as well, just to kind of complete the look. With some of these interior buttons, I know they use some sort of T lighting, either T3, T4.2, or T4.7, and I can use like T5 with some sort of socket in the instrument cluster. Now, these are the ones that I'm also gonna try and fix, maybe in this video, or mostly in a different video, honestly. But it would be nice to have new lights in here, because it does get a little bit dim. I would prefer to have it just a little bit brighter. And actually though, I'm going to turn on the car real quick, because something I did a while back, but I didn't feature it on camera. You might notice that this display is a little bit different from this one, and that's because I just replaced the bulbs in it. I put some yellow, either T3, T4.2, or T4.7 bulbs in here. I wanted to do it in this one as well, but I just couldn't figure it out in time. But basically this lighting area was dying. The buttons weren't lighting up either, so I had to replace a bunch of those. So here we are in the inside of the vehicle. Yep, you can see the lights here. This is the car that we are actually going to replace the lights on. And actually I'll show you, because I was tinkering around with it a bit last night just to get more familiar with it. You can see one of the lights I already replaced with an LED in there, a BA9S. So that's how that looks like compared to the old ones basically. So all we have to do to change out the lights, we have to just take this cover off, and then the part under it, you can actually remove that little piece that holds all the lights, and then you can just swap it out pretty easily. You don't have to remove that thing that is under, but it's just easier once you do it to do all the light work. And then I'm guessing it should be something a little bit similar for the front. So you can see the old light and the new light side by side. This is the old one. It gets a little bit warm, so you got to be a little bit careful with it. And then there's this new one here that's about to go in right now. Should be relatively straightforward. It just slots in and out pretty easily. While we are here, we can also address the BA9S lights. So this is one of the old ones. I already swapped one of them already. This is an old one, and this is what a new one is. And actually right now, the light that's basically lighting this area here is one of the new bulbs, and it does run a lot cooler than the old ones did. Here we are in the middle of my video interrupted, and there's a reason for that, because as I was editing this video with basically a tutorial on how to change the lights, I got a little bit bored, and I don't really want to be putting out boring videos on this channel. I used to do that in the past all the time. I'm trying to change things up a little bit. So I realized I already made this video but for TikTok. For those of you who don't know, TikTok is basically the most popular app out there. It's the fastest growing app out there. It's an app that not everyone in the US government really likes, but it's an app that's here to stay, and it's very, very popular. So I actually made a TikTok on how to replace the LED lights in my car's interior, and I uploaded that, and you know what? I'm just gonna plug that video here and play it for you guys in full length so that you guys can basically see it in a bit more of a fun fashion as opposed to just me holding the camera or having the camera to the side as you see me like pull trim off and stuff like that. Obviously it's not super duper informative, but the truth is the process of changing the lights kind of varies on each car. It all kind of depends on like how easy it is to remove certain trim pieces and stuff. So you don't really have to see how to do it on this car. But without further ado, here is that TikTok, and special thanks to my friend Fathom who provided the song Slippin', which I'll link in the description down below.
Here's how you can upgrade your car's interior with LED lighting. I didn't like the high temperatures of the old incandescent bulbs in my car, and I wanted a newer look. So I went on AliExpress and I ordered a couple styles of LED bulbs, used the plastic trim removal tool, and changed them out myself. First was a back dome light housing, which was pretty easy to take apart. The main light swapped out easily, while the side lights needed a bit of persuasion. Alas, pliers and a small screwdriver did the trick. I made sure to angle the bulbs so they didn't get too bright inside. The front dome light housing required much more persuasion, but swapping that bulb wasn't bad either. I didn't film everything because it was a bit monotonous, but I changed the light bulb in the boot, in the footwells, and in the door cards. And now, here is a before and after. This cost me less than $15 and has made my interior look a lot newer and brighter. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So I hope that gives you guys an idea of how you can freshen up your car interior, perhaps just by changing some of the lighting. I will say I have some plans to do more of that in the future. In fact, I have to take off the dash and everything, take out the instrument cluster, as I want to replace some of the bulbs and that as well. And I still have a few other things I need to do, like swap out the broken cup holder and whatnot. But I hope that just gives you guys an idea of how all of this works and how you can change things up in your interior. I still have other lighting modifications I need to do on the outside, such as the tail lights, the headlights as well. I still want to get the flash to pass that's on the European models, so if anyone has any directions on how I can do that, please let me know, because I know it is a little bit trickier to do on a car like mine, whereas the European spec cars had it already. But please let me know what you think, let me know what I can do about it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on another video.